Hey guys, welcome back to my screwed up life. Um, Sorry I've been not posting as much. Um, but a recent development came up. Um, Bet you can't guess what it is. 'Cause I've been talking about it for like every single video. So, go ahead and guess. Um, Basically, I am in a relationship now, I guess. I'm gonna be quiet for this video because I think that people are back at the dorm now, finally, which is not very good because now I can't practice my emo screaming songs or whatever. Not that I'm good at doing that anyways. So I'll be quiet for this video. So yeah. So this was my first date, technically. I've had a few other relationships, but they haven't gone past like holding hands or whatever. And I don't know, I felt like a freaking mess until this point. Like, I felt like nobody really loves me. I felt like nobody, like, sorry, my screen keeps going black. I felt like nobody would like care if I just like went poof and disappeared somewhere, like to Mexico or somewhere. And I don't know what I expected. I think I expected that this guy would just want to like come over and Netflix and chill, you know, because I met him online. That's what a lot of people online do, is they just look for that. They look for somebody who's ready for Netflix and chilling. But I'm not that type of person. I'm more the type of person that likes, like, I don't know, just like long-term relationships. I like to like feel the person out first. I like to usually like meet them somewhere or go on a walk somewhere with them or whatever, and like learn like mostly everything about them. But yeah, I didn't really learn much. I did tell him like mostly everything about me though, so I don't know. So yeah, I waited for him at this cafe, and I've never been to this cafe. It's literally like, it's like down the road from me, but I've never been there because it's always busy. But Memorial Day weekend, so there's only like a few people there. And yeah, I kind of like, so before we like met up, I asked him like multiple times like if we could do like a FaceTime before we met up. And I also wanted to do that just to like, you know, my voice is pretty deep. Yeah, if you haven't watched my other videos, I basically was, I don't know, I just took HRT to get more muscles and to to look manly or whatever, and ever since then it's changed my voice. And so every time I talk to somebody, like over the phone or in person, they're like, "You're a guy, aren't you?" And it's like, "No, I'm not, dude." So we FaceTime twice, and yeah, then like the first call that we did, he was like, "You're a guy, aren't you?" Like he caught me, and it's like, I'm not a guy, dude. Like, I made some stupid decisions when I was younger, like really stupid decisions. And this is the first guy that's actually, like, he didn't believe me, like, fully, but he still was like, "I'm gonna drive an hour and a half or whatever to come meet you." So he drove all the way over here, and I do this every time. Have to be I have to be places early because of my anxiety. Like I have to I'm like, "Oh my god, what happens if I get there late?" Or what happens if I don't save his spot or whatever, and or what if it's packed and I just come in and I don't know what to order because I've never been there before. I don't know. And if you can't tell by my eye bags, my medication has been giving me insomnia, so I only sleep like 4 or 5 hours a night now, and this is the result. And somehow I'm still awake. But yeah, he's texting me now. And yeah, I basically, I got there early, so that was kind of like my fault for being early to like the cafe or whatever, but then he said sorry like multiple times like it was his fault. And I don't know. I don't know what to think. But if he watches this video, he's gonna be embarrassed by some of the things I say about him. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about it anyways, because I got nobody else to really talk to. Except for my mom. And my mom is like super, like she lives through me, so I don't really like telling her about all this. And then I sat there, I drank the coffee, I had a snack, I saved half the coffee so that we could have coffee together, and then he came in, and I thought, I don't know if I can say this word on here, but I thought, oh my god, like he is, for reference, I am like, I don't remember if I'm like, I think I'm like closer to like 5'8" right now, for my height. And this guy, like, he's at least like 1 or 2 inches shorter than me. And I mean, he's Mexican, so it's pretty much expected. But yeah, from his photos, he just looked kind of taller. And so yeah. And then we sat and drank the coffee for a minute, and I don't know if the barista was mad at him because she thought that I was waiting an hour for him because he said that he was gonna be there, or what she thought, or if she just like screwed up with his coffee or whatever, because Um, when his coffee came out, it was literally so black that it was like the color of this hoodie. Then he tasted it and he said, "Wow, she burnt the crap out of it." And I kept telling him, "Why don't you go ask her to remake it or whatever?" But I already knew he wasn't going to, because that's another one of the cute things about him, is that he has like anxiety too, I think, and he kind of like stutters or uh, mumbles sometimes when he talks. And so then we just left, and then I don't know why, but we still drank our coffees even though they were like so bad. I don't know why, because they have like close to 5 stars. The snack I had was like one of their pastries, which was actually pretty good, but she never warmed it up, even though I said I wanted the pastry warm. And I don't know. Maybe they just don't like emos. Because I do live in a hick town. So yeah, we were gonna go to the football like bleachers or whatever. We were gonna go like sit up there and like sunbathe or whatever, and then it was closed. And I didn't think he really wanted to go there anyways, because like this was what I was wearing. I was wearing this, and I was wearing shorts and Converse. And it was close to like 80 degrees outside, and he was wearing like the same thing, like t-shirt, like jacket, except his was like 2 sizes too big. And he was wearing like super baggy black pants or whatever. And it's so cute when he complains, but like a lot of it is like, you could have like, I don't know, wore something else. But we walked around like we went to like this little park that I like to go to like see like the ducks or whatever. And we hung out there for a bit. And another green flag was that he was nice to this elderly couple that came by and said hi to us. Before that, though, we got yelled at. We got yelled a slur at us because we were both like crossing the street or whatever, and this hick country, like super skinny, like frail guy in his like beat up car pulls up, and he yelled something at us, and I didn't even like register it until my boyfriend told me afterwards. And then I was like, oh, that's I can't believe he said that. And I don't know, I guess it was because he heard me talk while he was like at the light or something, and thought that we were both guys, and so he made like a homophobic remark. And this is kind of like a it's not a green flag. I think it might be a red flag. But I liked that he like stood up for me or whatever. But he stood up for me, and he yelled back at the guy, and like tried to like yell at him to get him to like come back over there or whatever. And the guy that yelled at us, just he went boom away. And it's like, yeah, you don't want any of them, do you, dude? Like, he may be shorter than me, but he's he's freaking built, dude. Like, he could have, like, pulverized that guy. And yeah, then we came back to, like, my room or whatever, and we kind of just, like, listened to my gothic and emo music playlist, and I also sang to him a Spanish song. But I did find out that he doesn't know any Spanish, which is kind of like a bummer. But I did teach him Te amo and Mi amor, and I also taught him Besame, and that was it. And then we kind of just, like, sat together and talked about our screwed up lives, because our lives are really, really screwed up. And I talked about my struggles with, like, connecting to people or whatever, and he opened up about how he has been lonely for a long time too, and yeah, it felt good to care for somebody else for once besides myself, like. And I don't know what it is about me. I don't know if it's because I've been with, like, so many girls instead of guys, because I was, like, a butch lesbian my whole life, but I don't know, it makes me happy to care for somebody, and to he's gonna hate that I said this, but to let him, like, let his emotions out, like, and just, like, let me hug him or whatever. And yeah, and that was about all we did. As you can tell from my background, I don't know, I've been trying to get sleep, but all my blankets have, like, fallen off because I have just been, like, tossing and turning. And when I did see my boyfriend, I did try and, like, get him to, like, stay the night or whatever, because I told him, I haven't, like, slept in a freaking week. I haven't slept in that long, and and I was like, you staying here could really help me out. And he kept just, like, repeating to me, I've got work in the morning, I've got to get up at 6 a.m. or whatever, I've still got to go to the gym and whatever. And I was like, okay, like, bye then. We did, like, I had to walk him back because he's gonna hate me for saying this too, but he is like he's not dumb, but he kind of has, like, trouble with, like, I don't know, just, like, remembering stuff sometimes, and, like, he doesn't, like, know the area that well, so I walked him back to, like, make sure that for one feint he knew how to get back, and then for the second feint, to spend more time with him. And then the third reason was because I wanted to smoke one with him, and he also wanted to smoke, so there's a store over there, and we just, he didn't have a lighter, so it's a good thing I brought my lighter that I've never used. I usually only smoke with my dad, and he has like this big like blowtorch, and I always use that. I don't use a lighter because I feel like the torch works better. But yeah. Anyways, we smoked one. I did like a crappy British person impression. I said, "Oi, you wanna bum a smoke, mate?" And it cracked us both up, and we like sat there by like the side of the road or whatever, and it was so windy though that our stupid cigarettes just like kept blowing out, and he had to keep relighting it, and I don't know what I was doing, but it like just it wouldn't light, and so I just gave it to him, and he got it going. I don't know. Yeah, he never told me his name. Goes by a nickname. So I don't know. I don't know whether to trust him or not. But yeah, I think I do like him so far. He respects me. We respect each other or whatever. We have a lot in common. We have like the same humor. And then yeah. And then when he left, we hugged, and then I told him "Ti amo," and then he said "Ti amo" back, and then took off. And then ever since then, I have not been able to sleep even more, even though I was so tired by the time that he left. We hung out for like half the day, and yeah, I got up at 4 a.m. Usually I get up at like 6 or 7 a.m. in the morning every single day. Ever since I started my antidepressants, I get up at 6 or 7 in the morning. And yeah, this time I got up at 4. I got to watch the sunrise, but I am super sleep deprived, and I don't even feel tired. I don't feel anything. I felt tired this morning, but I just couldn't go back to sleep. And so yeah, I just journaled a lot and did my laundry and waited for the gym to open. I hate how the stupid gym, it's not even Memorial Day yet, and the gym opens only at 12 p.m. like for 4 days before Memorial Day even begins. Like, why? But yeah, I did that. And then I talked to my friends, I talked to my cousins. And yeah. I learned that his family, one side of his family's from, I think it was Hidalgo, and the other side is from San Juan. And I told him my family's from Guadalajara. And I had to tell the whole story all over again about how my parents are both dark skin and I was born white. My mom definitely cheated. Let me just say that, because I I got him to laugh saying this, but I said I'm literally the same color as this paper towel. Like, I don't know. Soy mexicano. So, yeah, that was my fun experience with dating for the first time. I don't know. The biggest good thing is that, well, like I said, I was able to be comforted, but not only that, but I don't know, I just have like a lot of like racing thoughts that just never stop. And they're all thoughts like, I don't know, they're like dark thoughts. Insecure thoughts. Just like a lot of like negative thoughts about myself. And then ever since I met up with him in person, I haven't had any of those thoughts. But I have had thoughts that maybe he's like, I don't know, like secretly, like he's got like a fake identity. Because I met him online and he goes by an alias. I don't know. I am such an easy target. Like, I have the survival skills of a hamster. Like, no me gusta. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I really do not know. So that'll be the end of this video. I am going to see my counselor, I think. Let me see when. I'm going to see my counselor on Tuesday. So I need to call though, and I need to like ask if I can get like a sooner one, because I need to talk to somebody. And well, for one thing, I need to talk to somebody. For the second thing, I need to ask about why I'm not sleeping. And then the third reason is, why am I holding 4? The the third reason is because I want to like spend as much time with him as possible, and I don't want to be having to like rush to see him after my appointment. So I will call and see. So yeah.